Hey guys, just a quick video regarding DJI Phantom 4 battery errors. I'm going to try and make this as quick as I can, but include as much information as I can regarding errors that you might be experiencing with your Phantom 4 battery. So let's start off by talking about the first error you might experience when powering on your Phantom 4 aircraft for the first time. So when turning on your aircraft for the first time, you may experience a battery error or a battery signal error. So when clicking on the battery signal error warning, it may ask you to contact DJI support or restart the aircraft, and if the problem persists, then to contact your dealer. So the first things you need to check is that you've fully charged the battery. Also, you need to check that your Phantom 4 battery firmware is up to date. To do this, you must have your current RC firmware and your aircraft firmware up to date in DJI Go app. And once inserting your Phantom 4 battery into the aircraft, it should automatically go ahead and update your firmware. So, how do you know that your Phantom 4 battery is starting a firmware upgrade? Simple. Your 4 LEDs should remain on as long as your Phantom 4 has been fully charged, and then after a couple of seconds all of your 4 LEDs will turn off, and what will happen is this LED and this LED will turn on. This one on the left hand side will start blinking rapidly, and the one on the right hand side should remain solid. Once the upgrade is complete, it will probably ask you to restart your aircraft. You simply turn the battery off, turn it back on, and all of your 4 LEDs should power back up as normal, and it will say that the Phantom 4 battery firmware has been completed. Also, what will happen is that your Phantom 4 LEDs will start flashing yellow. If, of course, your Phantom 4 battery firmware has completed its upgrade, but you've still got your battery error, you need to check that your contacts on your battery are clean. Also, make sure that they're not damaged. Even though you've got a brand new battery, you still need to make sure that these contacts have not been damaged, because if they are damaged or if they're dirty, there's some dust there, then you will have an error. It's simple as that. So let's take a look inside your Phantom 4. As you can see in front of you, you've got your main contact board for your battery. You need to make sure that the pins on this board are not bent. If they are bent, then that could be causing another battery error. And do remember, even though you've got a brand new Phantom 4, there could be a manufacturing defect to your model, and if these pins are bent, then you obviously know it's time to send the Phantom back. So another thing to check is that your Phantom 4 battery is in the aircraft correctly. So what you need to do is make sure that you firmly press down on the top and the bottom button and firmly push your Phantom 4 battery into place. You should make sure that there are no gaps between the Phantom 4 battery and the body. If there are gaps, then your Phantom 4 might not be in its home position, and that might be causing your battery error. So you followed all of the tips and steps so far in this video, but your Phantom 4 battery is still showing an error. One more thing that you can check is that when you're charging your battery and only one LED is blinking, this may mean that your battery does not have an error, but your cells are depleted. So depleted means that your cells are completely out of power. So what you need to do is just make sure that your Phantom 4 battery is on the charger for a good 15 to 20 minutes. And hopefully your LED will start blinking on number 2, followed by number 3, followed by number 4. If after 20 minutes and this LED is still blinking, then it is time to send your Phantom battery back. Okay, so if you've just followed the tips and steps that I've been talking about and you've still got a battery error, then it's time to contact your dealer. So if you bought your Phantom from DJI.com, then you have to contact DJI directly and they will arrange for a repair. This might mean sending your Phantom back if you received the battery with your Phantom, or if you bought the battery separately, they may just ask you to send the battery back for a replacement. If you bought your Phantom from a dealer, for example Apple, then you must contact Apple first, as DJI will not do anything until you spoke to your dealer. Hopefully Apple will just swap out your battery for another one, the same process as DJI. Anyway, let's move on to why your Phantom 4 battery may not be charging. So you might be thinking, how do I send my Phantom 4 battery back? Well, your Phantom 4 battery is covered by a 3-month warranty from DJI. But if you've recently purchased your Phantom 4 from another dealer, then all you need to do is simply get in contact with them. So for example, Apple, and you bought it from an Apple store, you need to take back your Phantom 4 in the box with your RC, with your battery, with all your accessories, everything. You need to put it all back in the box, go back to the Apple store and say that your Phantom 4 battery is faulty and you require a replacement. Hopefully Apple will, the same day, just sort you out with a replacement and you will be up and flying in no time. If not, then they may ask you to contact DJI and DJI will sort out a repair or replacement for you. If you purchased your battery separately, then again, your Phantom 4 battery is obviously covered by that 3-month warranty, and hopefully DJI will sort out a repair or replacement for you. Again, it is important to go back to your dealer first, as they may be able to sort you out with a Phantom 4 battery replacement on the same day. So, you have not got a visual error on your DJI Go app, but there is still a problem with your battery. For some reason, it's not charging. Let's take a look at why your battery might not be charging. So earlier I showed you the pins inside the Phantom 4 on the main board and the pins on the Phantom 4 battery. What we need to do now is have a look at the pins on the charging adapter. We need to make sure that these pins are not bent or damaged in any way. We also need to make sure that there is no dirt or dust inside these pins, because if there is, then it is a very, very likely chance that that is why your Phantom 4 battery is not charging. So just be very careful when looking at these pins and make sure not to poke them in any way that could cause any further damage. So for this bit, it will depend what country you're in. But let's look at a UK plug. So this UK plug has a fuse. What you need to do is take a small flat-headed screwdriver and just poke in each slot here to open the compartment up. Once you've opened the compartment, you will find a 5-amp fuse. I'm going to quickly show you how to replace the fuse. Okay, so I've just took my compartment out and you can see my 5-amp fuse here. All you need to do is simply take this fuse out and slot in a new fuse, and then put your compartment back into your plug and plug your charger in and see if this has solved your problem. So another thing to check is visually inspecting your cables and connectors. So just have a look through your cables and just make sure that there are no bends or any cracks or damage to any of your cables. And again, it is very important to check that there are no cracks or any damage to your cable connecting into your power brick, because if they are, this could be causing your battery to not charge. So if you're still watching this video right now, you're probably starting to think, is it my battery charger that's broken, or is it my battery that's broken? So to find out whether it's your battery charger or your battery, all you need to do is simply plug in your battery charger to your mains outlet, and then take your RC controller and plug it in to your charger. If your charger starts charging your RC, then you know that it's definitely your battery that is completely dead and you need to send it back. So let's just plug in my RC. And as you can see, my RC has started to charge and there is absolutely no problems with my charger, and I know that I've definitely got a battery fault. So I do hope this video helped some of you guys out that are receiving battery error problems. If it did, do let me know. If you've got any comments or questions, then again, just comment down below and I will reply to every comment as always. Thanks for watching, youtube.com/The Marky Show.